Welcome to the Creative Plan Podcast Network. Join us as we share our favorite RPGs, one-shot games, tabletop games, reviews of items, and convention panels, and other exciting things that we run into from time to time. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
So,
it's fucking hilarious.
Realms of Terrinoth, you guys know this. This is the usual.
Yep.
Only thing different than Realms of Terrinoth than you're used to in Star Wars or Genesis is on your second page, you have this big damn hero power. Everyone's different because basically it's something outside of the talent tree that you just get to pick.
Yep.
Usually it's some like cool special move, super weapon, really cool thing.
This is pretty good.
Everybody's got a pretty good one, and it tells you exactly how many story points you need to steal to make it happen.
Yeah.
Usually, it's a game-changing
That's
thing.
pretty cool. That's pretty
I
good.
don't know. I really like mine.
Like this one, you want her to get in front of all of the minion groups
I
and
can
go insane.
wipe out a group of minions.
I can just make my soak value 9.
Oh yeah. And
Shit.
That's a
are you
lot.
kidding? The paladin can actually just completely heal herself and get +3 hit points at the end of the next turn. So when she gets hit again, she goes back and
Ridiculous.
forth.
Like, it was between her or her when I chose.
One of the big things that people go for in the game is you can have an uber weapon. So you can have like Conan's sword that occasionally will bust out once per game session with uber cool power. So take a chance to look through. I'm going to grab some food real quick.
Actually, that sounds good.
And the talents are listed here. You all have some really good talents. If you have healing potions,
Counting a strawberry Fanta from a giant water.
Where are those listed?
If you-
If
if you have healing potions and only 2 of you do, it works just like stim packs in Star Wars. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then nothing.
And then you blast off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Magic for the magic
More
users,
like
which is just
kickoff.
1, is 2 strain to cast a thing.
It's the same. It's normal magic.
Check your talents though. You got some really cool things that you can take strain to do additional stuff.
Yeah.
And you do have your signature spells.
And I have a proper upbringing, so fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I also have that, thank you.
He's of the good book. And one thing from the book our alchemists might need is the healing. Because you're the closest thing to a healer for the group.
Oh, you're all fucked.
You have the medicine skill, you have surgeon, you heal really well. People just have to survive long enough to get your healing attention after you've blown up everything. Do you need dice? Can you handle my dice?
In your dice.
In public, in front of us?
It's on the internet, it's okay.
My friend Ryan, I met him when I was at Pima because he had to take a science class and he took astronomy when I was taking astronomy. This was before I decided I was going to do astronomy as a major. And I helped him pass
I
that
took
class.
astronomy in college. I do.
It's like he really didn't want anything to do with the class because he wasn't interested in science. Like, he's a history buff and a history major. And so
I was media arts originally.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in
yeah,
this class.
he would have easily failed that class if it wasn't for me. Like, I may have broken academic codes of conduct helping him.
I was just happy to get a C.
Yeah.
But,
So,
but we digress, right?
but we never do this, so it's good that we have the opportunity.
And it's been so long.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
yes.
Oh, goodness.
So, Realms of Terrinoth.
I
spells in this one, I have specific spells, so it's not a general
You
thing.
can,
Like
you,
a-
it's the general.
Those are
These are
also-
just those are your hotcake spells. Because if you look at your equipment as a magic user gives you really cool things. That's one thing with the magic system in Terrinoth is equipment does make the mage. His staff should give him. Yeah.
Magic tome. When the lyric uses a magic attack, he can add the range and deadly upgrades without increasing the difference.
So without
that makes
adding-
sense why they all have them there.
Yep.
So
So your magic is super fucking deadly.
So, this is the question. So, I can still use the Arcana skill
Yep.
to do whatever I could in the other game.
Yep.
But these are special spells.
These
for
are
some
your
reason?
spells, almost like think of them as cantrips, the ones that you do use all day long.
So this is a convenience thing.
Yep.
Okay, completely convenience. Just have. Okay, that makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
and I love having this. Okay, good times.
So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
One, I have leather armor that includes the silk. Does that count for here, or do I put a
Yeah,
plus
it
one?
It should already be in there.
Okay.
Yep.
And the second thing is, how many daggers do I actually have?
Just one.
For now.
That's not enough daggers.
No, it isn't.
That's
Mainly
So
with your
I'm-
character, you're very much about dual wielding. So
right.
you have your spear and your dagger.
So I have 1 spear and 1 dagger.
Uh-huh.
But what if I throw my dagger?
Then you go pull it out of the corpse you threw it into.
But
That scoundrel one
But-
is probably the least satisfying one that I read at all.
I really want.
but I should be able to throw my dagger and continue to fight with more daggers.
Yours.
Well, you can
I
easily
know, I
pick
almost
up
want
some
the
more
scoundrel
daggers.
is
and
like
And I
things.
was just reading it, and I'm like,
alchemist.
it just doesn't. It
Okay.
didn't read as well as either of these
No.
two.
Well,
Didn't read as well as any of them, because I read all of them.
He's basically the talkie-talkie guy that has a really cool burst effect with his crossbow.
Except he's really not that talkie-talkie, because he only has 3 presents, which I also have.
But he's got ranks in the talkie-talkie skills.
Yeah, but he's bad at everything.
You know,
Yeah.
that's how you need your face to be. How else are you gonna have interesting games?
I think most of us. I think you're the only one that actually has a 4th skill, right? I think
I
everybody
have
else
an
is
intel for.
Oh, you have an intel for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Too
I'm
intelligent.
smart.
so the quick background.
3, 2.
The 5 of you have been working together for quite a while, tracking
The 5?
Yes, the 5. The
Because-
scoundrel, since you all knocked him, he's with you.
Oh,
and he will be
shit.
dying at the very first roll for initiative. You guys have been tracking the necromancer Visgoth,
Ooh, we don't like that.
mainly because
He
our
can-
sorcerer knows that Visgoth stole this book of vile darkness.
Oh, that doesn't sound
And he's wanting to do a horrible thing, and because you guys have been tracking this whole time, he picked up this skull, that you know belongs to someone evil, and he.
Oh, wait. Was the skull of someone evil, or does the skull currently reside with somebody who's evil, or both?
Yes,
He
yes.
has the skull, so yes.
Okay.
So it is a skull of someone who is evil that is now with someone who is
It's
evil.
evil.
Yes.
Okay.
And more importantly is the book of vile evilness that he has that you want to get back. Cause,
Yeah, because
he was probably on your turn at the checkout desk. that he
Okay.
stole it.
So you're the scout.
He stole it from the
Wizard
library.
or-
So we have
The
an
wizard,
orc.
yep.
So we have an orc pathfinder who's
Yeah,
all
you're
about
good.
writing and killing things.
Uh,
We have.
Writing is
You chose the-
I don't
what
have a
what
horse.
is
I don't. Do I have a horse?
You all imaginarily have a horse because as we're getting into flavor text, you're riding deep in through the night. The mist rain is hitting you in the face.
Mine's a pony.
what is your special ability while we're on your
Yep.
character? Like what is your heroic ability?
For 3 rounds, I remove 1 failure and 1
Black.
Threat?
black. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh
Sorry.
no, one difficulty and one.
So
right,
one
you-
difficulty.
It's not remove differently. You roll, and then you remove.
You pick a dice.
You choose a black and a purple die.
Yeah.
to
remove.
get rid of. Ooh, that's
Oh,
So you
I
can be
remove-
like,
I
I'm getting rid of
remove-
you.
yeah, and that one
Okay.
that's blank is gonna stay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if it's a double baddie, I can pick that one.
Yeah.
I don't just remove like the. Oh, okay.
You
That's
become
nice.
like an
That's pretty
insanely
nice.
good badass.
For
What's your
3
character?
rounds from my light melee checks.
Okay, from your melee checks. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're
From my
He's-
light melee
Yeah.
checks.
so that's cool. So it makes it easier for you to hit things. What's your character like? What are his strengths and flaws and desires and fears?
I'm a pathfinder, so I go through terrain easily. I can do extra strain to reduce damage. I can deal extra damage with advantage. I dual wield, and I can also do strain to add a bunch more dice to the next attack.
Okay, cool.
Or hit with my secondary weapon.
You basically become
and
dervish.
And after, if I'm in the wilderness, I get strain back easier.
Okay.
So who wants to go next?
This is Leoric of the Book. He is a human mage. His heroic ability is know-it-all. Once per session, I may use 2 story points for 3 rounds, including this one, learning or remembering one important fact about the situation during my turn, and I upgrade the ability of related checks. So if we need to know things, I can make myself know things more knowfully. Once per session.
Is that knowfully or woefully?
Yes.
And don't forget, you are a human, so you can steal.
Yes, I am a human and I have the ability to steal things. I can also recover strain fairly good, which is
good for a wizard who uses strain for magic.
And it looks like a few of my... I have some... My signature spell is Arcane Spear, which is a short and medium range attack, but not engaged. I do have an engaged spell, it's not as good, but my signature spell is an Arcane Spear that I fling at things. So if you need an extra dagger, I also carry one.
I am playing Cinderel, the lowborn elf, who is a warrior. Carries around a sword and a large shield. My ability is Dauntless Guardian. I can, once per session, spend a story point to activate the ability, which gives me +4 soak for 3 rounds, including this one, taking my soak value to 9, which is ridiculous.
You become a bastion of strength.
Impervious.
Yep. And I also just have a whole lot of things that depend on strain, so I have a high strain of 15.
I think all of us go through strain really quickly.
Yeah, but like I have parry too, which is when I'm hit by a melee attack, so for 3 strain to reduce damage by 4, but also I have block, so while I'm holding my shield, I can do the same for ranged attacks.
You have that double dip of arrows or swords. You block it all!
Yep. So I have 5 soak, 3 ranged defense, and 4 melee defense. I am hard to hit.
You're the tank. Right,
Tank. Also,
Tanks,
of
you're welcome.
importance, I can buff you with a shield that reduces the hits you take.
Mm-hmm.
So just remind me when you think you're going to do... Let's get dangerous time.
Let's get dangerous.
And you can roll an extra purple to do multiples.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I forget, does Arcane heal?
No.
Okay.
Divine and Primal are the big healers.
Arcane does not heal, yes.
Yeah. So pretty much when it comes to healing, it's healing potions, which I think 2 of you have them.
I have to.
And medicine, which are alchemists.
I am apparently the resident healer.
Yeah!
You have-
Resident healer.
You also have healing herbs, right?
I have a kit. I have a healing herbs, yeah.
Healing herbs will give you 1 success and 1 advantage to any medicine roll. So when you do your medicine roll, you can sprinkle your herbs as you're binding their wounds to guarantee a success and advantage unless you roll really bad.
I also have some handy talents that
Curious.
help restore additional wounds.
Because you have resurgent wounds.
How
And she's mainly about blowing shit out.
Okay, I was going to ask, how are you at attack?
Why?
I don't know about blowing shit up, but she definitely sounds like she's ready to secede from the British.
Why?
In the
Lanky
after
bastard.
today.
In the Star Trek timeline, that happens in like 4 years. So,
Well, we just moved the timeline up today.
And apparently I'm really good at taking out minions.
You can blow up
in one
minions.
fell swoop.
Which means I'll be a little more
The name's
upcoming.
Ulma Grimstone.
Ulma. Ulma, and you were
I'm a forge dwarf.
Cinderella.
Cinderella?
Dirk.
Dirk.
If it's easier, you can just call me Grimstone.
Do you prefer Grimstone?
Oh, I just prefer blowing things up.
Good
I like
answer.
the boom.
And then the cage.
Oh, when your whole body vibrates from the concussive force.
While you eat your haggis.
Because after that explosion, everything is haggis.
That's how you make the filling.
So of
And how
course,
you get the intestines.
Lorik, using
Why?
his knowledge, knows that, hey, this necromancer's up to no good. He's got this mega powerful book. It's the night of the new moon, so there's no moonlight. You guys are riding like nobody's business on your horses to the town of Mud Wallow, which is
Mud Waller?
Mud Wallow.
Oh, this is...
Oh, it
Because
sounds like an
that's all
attractive
this
place.
town has is mud and pigs and peasants.
And a wall, at least one.
You
In
guys
the middle of town, but
You
they
guys
have it.
are riding through the night. As you
It
see,
ends at the end of town.
you come up to town, you see a few buildings on fire as you're getting up there in this light, misty rain. Immediately, you guys, big damn hero style, jump off your horses and slap them on their butts so they go running over to the waller to drink. Because you don't want your horses to die, right?
No.
And the second,
They are important. Where's the scoundrel? Send him first.
your scoundrel friend Theoden steps up and says, "There's someone in the inn!" And you see this big building conveniently called Inn. It's got the inn sign, and on the second story window, someone screams as they see new people coming into town conveniently because they made their perception check. And you look and see that there's reanimated, which are basically corpses, some fresher than others, just zombie banging on the walls.
It looks like they have been animated again.
The reanimator.
Doing all right there.
No.
And as
I
soon
don't
as
even find that one funny.
your scoundrel friend takes 2 steps forward, and
That's
you guys
funny.
hear this sound of 4 growls all at once. As you realize your necromancer friend must not have been resting on his laurels. As 4 fur-covered undead canines, they look like wolves, pounce on him and rip him to shreds.
You didn't even make it to initiative.
So they're at short range from you guys, not too far ahead. There's 4 of them. There's 4 of you as they're picking their teeth with your friend. So go ahead and roll for your initiative. As the bar guest, basically undead puppy dogs.
So that's vigilance.
This is cool or vigilance?
This would be vigilance because it's a scary fucking time to be a person. When there's, zombie dogs!
I don't think I ever rolled.
Okay, so I assume the colored section is
The colored is your yellows, the dots are your greens.
Okay, I got.
And if you're wanting just a rough view of the map, you guys are coming to town this
so
way,
close.
and that's the.
I was extraordinarily close on my depiction of Mud Wallow.
It's not much. It's
It's just,
Are you psychic there, Lassie?
we have it backwards though. It looks like there's a wall outside of the town, but it's supposed to be inside.
well, that's actually the road. That line that you're seeing there, that's the road.
This is the end
Obviously,
of
it's
the
the
road
road less traveled.
So what did you get?
I got a success and 3 advantage.
0 and 2.
3 successes, 2 advantage.
I got really lucky, 3 successes.
All right, so it's going to be one of you guys, all of them, which is 4, and then 2 of you guys. So you guys at short distance see these basically zombie dogs. They're pulling up from your dead friend's body.
Zombie dogs.
Crossbow hits the ground and discharges the last bolt into the inn. The zombies all around the inn aren't noticing
So,
you
being
guys.
from this world, are these zombies contagious?
No, these are corpses that
These
were
are just
animated.
reanimated.
Some
corpses.
necromancer did some bad things. However, most of you, since you're big bad heroes, know that just don't suck around undead. They have a habit of getting back up if you You rolled it.
Well,
I have only a total of 4
Till you use your alchemist kit to make more.
Okay, because I'm like,
You run into the inn, you whip out your alchemist kit, and you cook up some more. Boom, you're done.
it sounds like it's a perfect time for you to blow something up.
yeah.
I'll tell you for a
Is
fact
that
these are
what
not
you do?
minions.
If they're not
Is that
minions,
once per story or?
it's just spend a story point.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, some of the things have ridiculous reusability. Some are like one and done.
Right. Okay.
Like the paladin, her power is heal yourself
Right,
once
once.
and you're done.
Right.
Yeah, so if I spend a story
Mine
point
is once per
until the
session.
end of my next turn,
Because you become a badass
I
in
can
4
perform
rounds.
an incidental each round to immediately defeat a minion group within short range.
So what you do is you pop that at the beginning. Incidental! Do your action, do your maneuver next round at the very beginning. Incidental!
He doesn't even use weapons.
Yeah,
It's just something that you come up with.
It's just her latest experiment. She pops out a flask and throws it, and it just dragon's breath. Huh. So, who's gonna go first? They're short range. They look like they're gonna rip you guys a new one.
Are they clustered?
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're not clustered around
Do
the
you
single
have a-
body.
do you
They
have a
all
donut?
attack.
I was waiting for that. Yes, they just killed the guy, so
Okay.
they're all there.
Well,
I
then,
need the
I
book
want
to
to-
figure out how to do it.
Can I go first
Okay.
then?
Yeah.
Since they're all clustered?
You're gonna send your friend off with a Viking funeral.
Oh, he's
already dead.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm reckless in
Wait,
my quest for
is he actually definitely dead?
He is definitely dead.
Alright, in that case, we can go ahead and go
He's
down.
not just mostly dead.
His throat is like vertebrae,
In all,
and his
okay.
guts are like spine.
In all honesty, he wouldn't want to be raised as a zombie.
No.
No,
So
Which
what
could
we're
happen
doing-
if you leave his corpse
Yeah.
here. So what do you
I
do?
was just trying to
I'm
make sure
going
that he
to
was
throw
in fact
bubble
dead before
lightning.
we, you know,
Your
decided
your
to stop
jar
the
of
wolves and kill
lightning.
him.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. I'm gonna throw bolt of lightning at them.
Okay, so you're pulling your bottle out and you're just chucking it at the group of them.
Yep, it's a short range. Damage is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Crit on 5.
Critical fight.
Yes.
You'd
It
rather
blasts-
use your advantage for burst, I'm sure, to hit all of them.
Yeah, I would actually. Okay, so
So go ahead and give me a range light. They're at short range, so it's only against 1 purple. That would be the only skill you have on that side. You're
well, I'm
basically
just
a
trying to
yellow
figure
and
out
a green.
where.
It's super dangerous that your green
Against-
person only against 1 purple only has a yellow and a green. Not the best choice for.
That'll work.
Oh yeah!
That'll do.
But not enough advantages to set it
No.
last.
No.
But one
Well,
of them.
technically, it's really not even. If I crit on a 5, there's no possible way with my.
Well, remember, burst is 2 or
Okay.
3 if you miss. That's one of the.
Crit is just rolling a crit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I succeed.
So what's your damage on the one that
Uh.
swallowed your jar as you threw it? He immediately, on reflex, jumped up and grabbed the jar of lightning.
It's 7,
Like
I
Steve
guess,
Rogers
plus
jumping
3.
on a
So,
Plus
grenade.
4. Remember the first one?
oh yeah. So 11.
11. So immediately, you guys see this undead hound grab her jar and break the jar in its teeth. And immediately, while it's like
that was a
mid-jump,
bad
it's going and like hair and chunks are falling off of it. And
Bit whiffy.
does it have any other abilities besides?
Disorient 3, limited ammo 1, stun damage.
Okay.
So you can make it some damage.
Yeah, but I want to kill it
Automatically
again.
stunning.
Yeah.
But
So
it's disorienting
okay.
as well.
So immediately it hits the ground, kind of stumbles for a second. It's still animated.
Oh,
Oh,
Ugh.
it's a nasty beastie.
It's a nasty
I
beast.
guess I'll go.
Okay. And it's smoky.
I'm gonna say, Mage, go ahead and get that shield ready, and I'm gonna draw my sword and walk right towards that same wolf and just try to lop its head off.
Okay, go for it.
get her in the face.
Oh, I should have done that.
You shouldn't have done that.
Firebomb
You should not
instead.
have done that.
You should have.
I should have done a firebomb instead.
an advantage.
Okay, so you come up and
Get that
you
shield ready.
swing at the smoking one, and as you're swinging, like bits of electricity are still discharging off of this Tesla coil puppy, and it just kind of like shakes as you swing and just barely nicks a couple of hairs. What would you like for advantage?
Give a black die to the wolf that's about to fucking try to bite me.
Okay, that is a very good choice. Okay, but on the plus side, you're still, on your feet, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah. What we could do is we could put some feet on your butt so that you will always be on your feet.
I can do
What if I
that.
get
So-
upside down?
The furthest one from you is immediately going to wolf pounce. He's just going to jump right after you.
Is that the one that was shocked or?
Nope,
Okay, well it's still
that
gonna
one's
be,
going to go last.
still gonna be 4 black dice. Like
Well, that takes out both of those. So I got 1 threat and 2 successes. So he's going to hit you for 8 points of damage, but no advantages to use his cool thing that he could do.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take 3 strain.
You're going to parry that bad boy?
Yeah, and just
Okay.
take nothing.
You just put your sword in the mouth of this wolf as it bites down. Thankfully, your sword is just slowing its attack down just enough.
If it had gotten more advantages, it would start humping your leg as a free action.
So then, the second furthest away one is going to do the same thing. That takes out that. So we've got 2 successes, so same amount of damage there.
I'll just take that.
Okay, so that one comes and grabs you by the knee and pulls you forward. Okay, then the third one is going to go and rip that body a new one. It's just ripping into it. But the electrified one, he's got that extra black dice.
You already have 5 black dice.
Yeah, but he gets an extra one because of
You gave him,
electricity.
Yeah, but it's 4 plus the 1 from the one I gave him.
and disorient. Remember, he's got disorient 3 on him, so he's got the black dice for 3 rounds.
Jesus.
Those black dice really aren't doing
Oh,
it.
yeah, they suck.
Well, actually, these have been saving you because they have a really cool thing if they have some advantage.
We don't want them to be really
It's called knockdown, and then they add a whole bunch of blue dice for someone prone. So, again, the same amount of damage.
Just gonna parry that.
Do it.
Okay?
We're next to an inn.
As all of a sudden in the background, you see the zombies banging on the barred doors of the inn. Okay, so who's going next?
I'll go next. We're in melee range, right?
Yeah, short range. You can walk
Okay.
up and melee.
Well, do I have to use the maneuver to get into combat?
Yes.
Okay.
You could always take strain to do an extra maneuver.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'll take the strain, 1 strain, right?
Yep.
To do an extra maneuver, and I'll use that maneuver to dual wield.
Well, remember, you can do wheel. It just adds an extra purple unless you have a cool thing that takes
I
out
have
purple
a
out.
cool thing that takes that up.
Uh-huh. So dual wielding doesn't count as a maneuver unless you're doing something that does.
Dual wielding may perform a maneuver to decrease the difficulty of the next combined combat check to attack with
So
2
that's
weapons
what you're
by
doing.
1.
Okay, so you're basically taking that 2 strain, you're just like spear in this hand, dagger in this hand, you're getting all ready so you can downgrade the difficulty.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so melee is 2 and 1.
2 purple.
Against
And it's
2 purple.
It's 2 purple, but you're
But I'm
downgrading
downgrading
it.
But it's
so
combined
one
arms, so
purple.
that upgrades it. So
Do you have a thing that lets you dual wield?
That's what I spent the strain for.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay,
that's 2
that's
purple.
the rule of dual wielding, though.
It's
You
plus 1.
It's
Yeah.
plus 1 purple, and then he subtracts 1, so it's just
Mhm.
2 purple.
So 2 purple.
Oh, okay.
And which one of the wolves are
Nice
you going
purples.
after? Nice.
Whichever one would die from crit.
So your dear friend, Cinderella's got 4 wolves going after.
Okay, so the light spear has accurate 1, defense 1.
So that means you get to roll a blue. So roll a blue and add to that.
Okay.
Nice.
And the dagger has accurate 1, which is another blue?
No, it's the same blue.
Oh. Okay.
Because they both have accurate 1 and you're using them, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's
So that is 2, 4, 5 advantage.
Jesus.
So you'll need.
And 2 successes.
So 2 of your advantage will be used for the second weapon to hit. So
Okay.
what's the damage of your spear?
The damage of the spear is 5.
So you have 2 extra successes, so 5, 6, 7.
The damage of the dagger is 4, but it crits on a 3.
6, so 6. Okay, so you wounded it. It's still undead.
You can spend those 3 to crit with the dagger.
So I can spend.
Because you use 2 in order to successfully use both weapons.
Okay.
So you have 3 left.
So I have
So
3
you could
left.
use 3 to crit with one of the weapons if you want.
Unless there's a different quality on the weapons you'd like to use.
No,
Does
there is-
either of those weapons have vicious?
Nope.
Okay.
So yeah, you can crit. Roll
So-
200.
Okay. Red's 10,
Red's 10? Okay.
83.
Jesus. Okay, so
That's high.
that's ridiculously high. I like that.
Does Terrinoth not have its own crit
It
table?
does not.
It'd be really cool if it did.
Make it more flavorful.
Yeah. Just stuff that's more specifically to fantasy.
83 is winded. The target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities.
Okay, so you basically hit him in the lung, and there's this flappy sound as it's exhausting air out of it. So there's 2 of them that are wounded. So then it's
Leoric of the book's turn. Leoric, in the middle of this combat, opens his book to a page of math and starts reciting the sacred algorithms. 1, 1, 2, 3. What are X's?
X's are failures.
Okay.
Up, down, left, right, A, B. He starts select.
Well, I got 5 successes that turned into 1 success and an advantage.
Ooh, okay.
But that's still enough to
So what did you do?
give the shield of knowledge to both of the melee guys. So they cancel out 1 point of damage when they
Okay.
get hit.
So so you managed to do it for multiple targets?
Yes, I did an extra target.
So they basically get +1 to soak.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as Aaron.
Well, we're still just trying this guy out.
Yeah.
He's new.
So you go shield. You've been riding on. You got saddle sores. You've been riding
there's a lot
hard.
of
The
negatives.
stinging rain, and then the fact that your teammate just died in front of you.
I'm emotionally compromised.
Yeah, but it was only Thaden.
Disgusting.
Obviously, Thaden must have deceived her at some point. There's a thing there. But who's gonna go first at the top of the order?
I thought Dayton had the ability to get better.
That would be amazing.
As all of a sudden there's this bubbling from the ripped open part.
At the end of the combat, he's like, "All right, guys, that was
Where the
terrible."
fuck did you come
He immediately whips out a fake wineskin going, deception.
He's taken a lot worse and gotten better before.
He's probably fine.
So who's going first?
I would suggest the melee guys go first.
Yeah,
They've
maybe.
got the most to lose.
Melee guy wants to get some strain back.
Here, let's go ahead and just fucking stabify the one that I missed last time.
Okay, well, there's the one that he just ripped into. There's the one that
got
she
lightning,
lit up.
which is the one that I.
wounded in 2 now.
Yeah, and so the one that got lightning is the one that I missed last time.
Uh-huh.
Is the one that I'm attacking. Yeah.
advantage and a failure. Better than last time.
So what would you like to do with your 2 advantage?
Cry.
You could get strain back.
As a free action.
I would like to
Oh,
get
that
strain
would
back,
be good,
yes.
That's a good choice for your character, as you're just like, swing! And you're like, the deep breathing exercises of your elven ancestors to get back some strength. Okay, so who's going next?
I'll go next.
Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to retreat? Remember, there is no attack of opportunities. You could back off. She was talking about a flaming flask thing.
Yeah, but if I back off, they're either going to go after me or you're going to go after people who are a lot fleshier than I am.
You could still defensively impose yourself between them and your group. Just move a short distance away, out of engaged, and if she were to throw her flask.
If they're still grouped together.
That's true, I'll back up.
Okay. So you like kind of on guard,
Yeah,
you got
I
your
got
sword
my
and your
sword.
shield, you back away. So who's going next?
I'll go if they're still grouped in that way.
They are. They're all grouped around your
backed
elf's
up.
blood.
Am I too close?
No, you're still far enough that she could hit them
I'm
without
gonna
hopefully
do
getting
a
you.
firebomb.
Okay.
Firebomb.
You know what? I'm going to use one of those to upgrade my...
Okay.
Firebomb.
Turn your green into a yellow. This is a good
Yeah.
time to do that.
It's like a fireball, but it's a fireball.
Okay, so I got 2
Fireball.
successes.
2 successes. So
Yeah.
as you throw your flask, which one were you mainly looking to hit? I'm assuming a different one that's not been
Yeah,
hurt.
kind of like a West Central one. That
Okay. And unfortunately, he turns and just like the other one, snaps your flask out of the air in this cool way that when he shatters it, it just does what?
it bursts and then goes out because, of course, it's boom.
Mhm. So what's the damage on?
It's 8, so plus 2, so 10. Blast 6, burn 2.
Burn 2. Okay, so it's going to continue burning.
Yep.
Okay, so he's just bathed in fire, now lighting up the outskirts of town, you know. You guys
And
can all
there's a
clearly
smell
be
of
seen
burnt
around the burnt
egg.
zombie wolf. Just horrible. You can see this glow through its face. So it's gonna be the wolf's turn. So one of them is gonna go after our dear Pathfinder.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
Do you
my
have a
spear has defense 1.
Defense 1, okay. And you have no additional defense. So defense
That
1.
wasn't calculated into the defense.
I don't know why. There's a few of the things I noticed were missing. Like one of the characters. No, not hers. The one that didn't get used. The soap was wrong. It had none of the armor added to it. So the one that you just stabbed is going after you because the fact that you just stabbed it. But thankfully you have your weapons ready because you're going to defend yourself. And holy crap, I rolled like snot. I rolled good too. It's a horrible dichotomy. I rolled good. More gooder. So he's going to bite at you for 8 points of damage
Best good.
Or good or near.
before your soak.
4 soak
Mm-hmm.
plus 1 shield from him.
Yep.
So that's 3.
Yep.
And I can take 3 strain to reduce damage by 3.
If you want to, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you're immediately parrying with your spear as it's going, ah! And you're just like, bad dog.
No.
Bad
No.
Bad dog. So the one that's been electrified is going to go after.
And he's still disoriented.
He is still disoriented.
I call him Sparky.
He's going to go after Syndrel. Because, of course,
I had one of those lightning
smoky
bolts.
electrified dog. Don't give
And
up the ball.
I called him
Oh.
Tesla.
Ooh.
Get fucked.
Get him, dog. First triumph of the game.
But 3 threats. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go for the crit on that. Or no, we're not gonna go with the crit. We're gonna activate the ability that I can finally use. So it's gonna hit you for 7 points of damage and knock you prone.
Bum, bum, bum.
Basically, this zombie dog, all electrified and sketchy and twitchy, grabs you by the ankle and literally just pulls you back, and you fall. ankles over tea kettles onto the ground, prone, growling from all directions. However, he's going to give himself an additional black dice, and the next one of them, or actually, would one of you like to take a free maneuver for 3 threat? If not, I'll just give black dice.
Yeah, I'll get up.
Okay. So immediately, I was wondering if you'd go for it.
Gee.
It pulls you down into the sloppy
You're
mud.
like, nope.
And immediately you do this scamper, like, no, stick your shield and sword down and plop yourself back under your feet. And you're like, no.
Bad doggy.
I mean, anybody could have done it as a free maneuver. I'm glad you took it.
I was going to take a free maneuver to lecture on the dangers of zombie dogs and the safety procedures that we should have implemented before getting into this combat.
And the second one is going to go after you.
Stab him with a long armor. Look at that. You can't ride a horse with that. That's just unnecessary.
They are
Is
a lot
it?
more powerful.
Maybe you are incredibly well endowed.
No, they're only just good at one thing,
It's a
but
woman.
apparently the second
Maybe
triumph.
that's
of the
how
night-
sexual dimorphism works in the elves.
Okay, sorry. They are better. The 4 of them are better at combat than the 4 of us.
So
Yeah, this is
pretty
gonna be
much
great.
everything is a wash except the triumph I rolled.
Back to the ground I go.
And immediately the second one was coming to chew your throat out as you went scamper, no. And he's going to hit you and for 7 points of damage and pull you down to the ground.
My wounds are slowly ticking up by 1.
But my shield is working, and it was worth it. As shitty as it was.
Okay. So the last remaining guy is going to go after the orc. Because it's almost like they chosenly split up between the two of you.
More see how that works.
And it snaps like within an inch of your ear. You hear the snap of these teeth. It's like broken teeth and gums.
Wait, I missed my black.
Your black
It was worth a
missed-
shot.
Your black missed the dice pool.
Okay.
And it's going to impose
Implode. I heard
I
implode.
It's going to give you a black dice because it scared you
Yeah.
really
It's
bad.
really terrifying.
As
when
this
dogs
zombie-
implode next to your ear.
No, it's the halitosis.
It says 1 round, but next round
It's got
I
really
could
bad
take
breath.
1 strain to continue. If I remember how spells work in this one,
Necrotic
I
breath.
could use 1 strain to continue
To
casting.
concentrate it, yeah. So who's going to go next?
We're not at the top of the initiative.
No, we're at the bottom, so it's the other
I'll
two.
go.
Okay.
My turn's just going to be concentrating. Because I don't think I can cast a spell while I have concentration going on.
What does it say in your spell?
I don't think it says anything here. It says in the core rulebook it'll say it. But...
Did you want a copy of the core rulebook?
Yeah.
Forgot to grab one when I left the house.
Oh, no worries. That's why we got them. Especially for the magic user. The magic user should be looking at the book. In fact, it's in character for him to have out the book.
The book!
Yeah.
The book!
The book.
The book.
Ooh.
So. So that's
2 successes and a threat.
2.
Sorry, 3 successes.
No.
So that green one will take the purple one.
That takes up that.
Yeah. And one of those is taken out by that one. So you have 3 successes, which is
3
really good.
successes. Okay.
And 1 threat.
And 1 threat.
So I'll give you a point of strain because you were straining at these zombie fucking dogs.
So for
That's
3
bestiality.
success, I can crit with the dagger again?
Well, 3 successes is just damage.
Oh,
So
sorry.
advantage.
Oh, because advantage crits.
Yes.
Okay.
So what's the weapons damage?
1 is 4 and 1 is 3. Oh no,
What
1
do
is
you do
5
with
and
your
1 is
spear?
4.
I'm assuming it's your
These
stronger weapon
suckers take
stat.
a lot of damage.
Well, no, because
They
I
have a
did
high
use the
sucker
maneuver,
bet.
so I'm using the free maneuver to double wield.
But you still need 2 advantage for the second weapon to stick.
Yeah.
That's the dual wielding
That's how
thing.
dual wielding works.
Oh.
So only
Okay.
one of your 2 weapons
So-
hit. I'll let you pick.
No.
I'm
In,
assuming it's more
in
powerful.
that case, I will take 2 strain and have them both hit. Because I can do that.
You can do that, can't you? You have that ability.
Yes.
Okay, so you take 2 strains, so you hit with both. So what is the damage for each one?
5 and 4.
So 5, 6, 7, 8. And 4, 5, 6, 7. So your wolf is looking ripped to shreds. It's barely undead.
It says concentrate is a maneuver.
Mhm.
So that means I still have an action, so I
Yeah.
could cast another spell. Okay.
So you just like, one Doctor Strange hand is on their armor and the other one's casting your magic missile.
Could you conceivably concentrate on 2 spells at once by just taking the strain to do a second maneuver?
Yeah.
One would imagine I could eventually concentrate on 3 spells at once using a strain to take another maneuver. Like, does the action maneuver and then the strain maneuver. But then I would go unconscious and poop myself after like 3 turns.
Because you burned through all of your strain and tentacles are now withering in your head. So you're taking one of your maneuvers, basically keeping the shield spell up.
Yep, and that's going to take a strain.
Okay. So what are you doing with your action?
I'm going to cast my signature spell.
As he goes,
And
somehow balancing the book in his elbow. Because that's only 1 purple, isn't it?
yes, but I'm going
Thanks
to
to
do
your
an
cool-
additional spell, an additional target.
Ah, so you have 3 of them that are wounded. One that's like, burning on fire, pretty wounded. Another one that took the electricity is pretty wounded. And then the one that our Pathfinder's been chewing apart, that's hacked to pieces. Like there's piles of pelting bones on the ground. Which 2 are you going after?
I'm going for the healthiest one and the one that he's been fighting.
Okay, so the healthiest and the weakest.
Yes.
Okay, so what's you get there? As you go,
2 successes, 4 advantage.
okay,
I'm going to use the 4 advantage to recover 4 strain,
okay.
which,
And you can just recover 3 strain and then.
well, this one takes 2. This one takes 2. That means this goes -2 because I've already added the other one. So this is not a bad trade for me. And each of the spells will do 10 points of damage.
Shnikey.
I could have activated
any
critical
cool things?
or vicious, but
Okay.
I
So
could have.
just straight 10 points
Just
magic?
10 points of damage. I wanted to recover that strain. And
Okay.
strain
So
is-
the one that you've been dueling with and spearing and knifing all of a sudden just explodes with his magic energy lances into it and it just like meow meow. Pelt bones everywhere. And then the healthiest one, the one that tried to that actually succeeded at knocking you into your butt.
Yeah.
Gets big blast that goes right through its ribcage, blasting out a chunk of it. And it's still there, but it's got a big chunk missing. Alright, so top of the order. You got zombies moaning in the background, beating on a building. People going, help! Help! And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Hello, this is Eric.
And Wendy Strock with Stone Valley Hobby and Games.
We sell board games, card games, role-playing games, and supplies. We have thousands of Magic the Gathering cards available, carry Kickstarter products, and work with veteran-owned small businesses to bring you our own line of products.
We are a small business retailer, but we offer competitive prices, a loyalty system, and free shipping on orders over $100.
As a military veteran myself, I'm a strong supporter of our armed forces, their families, and contractors out there doing the hard job. So any order from an AA, AE, or EP address will be shipped absolutely free.
Remember, StoneValleyGames.com, where we take your leisure serious.